Hey, you nerds. I don't think we actually checked this candle. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... And now we can go through the door. What? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? A jacket's my home? I got low expectations for a house then. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. Oh, snooping around, man. You decide that now is your move and make a big moment and make your big move. Whoa, this isn't that kind of game. Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over. No, try again. I'm sorry. Ah. Now I have to do this all over again? Yes, I understand. Didn't know there were wrong answers. Reveal it. Yeah. Uh-huh. That one. Oh! Scary. Whoa. Whoa. Did I look at this one? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Oh. Understandable. Ah! You, Aw. Yes. Fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too. But I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Void? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! There they go. Especially Ghost Man. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. In Carolina. Dakota? Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. Did I sleep on the couch? He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. It's chicken and a biscuit, with butter. I'm not a big fan of butter. I use butter for cooking eggs. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you like to say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all, The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. It's Sayori. Wait, no, wrong game. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. What? But things quickly spiraled out of control. Did you just say shush house? As if that's a thing people say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell the whole story, however. Bottling the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells me about the job. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Stand users. Don't make eye contact. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad, which I still don't know what it is. You can tell from a distance that they're picking out Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Ah, it's great. How order do you want up right away? I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size, like not me? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Void, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. It doesn't like you can go on cooking like that. You might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. I like to cook. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? 3 days. Void, how's your hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Void. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. I like to imagine all this is everything's going horribly wrong. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Void. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? Looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. I'm a science man. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it really weren't that powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open the page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in the case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Could you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. That's why we sacrifice virgins. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it after all. I don't trust magic. I trust science. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dark moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. He's probably gonna sneeze. Maybe? Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly quiet. Ah, it's a squirrel. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window out of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking furiously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks again ever again. Here, around. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Void, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. And how can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads with his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble. No, she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I get yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. It didn't mean so much to me that I made this for you. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his, creation behind and runs out the room. Thanks for a second time. Nothing a loud public breakup to cast a pall over to the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test how approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the sources of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. What if it's a coupe? That's not carpooling at all. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. It's a convertible? You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. You grossed out. That was your face. I saw that. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first person someone to show a little interest somehow. Anyhow, Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna be making a very special soup. I can't speak words. I'm very bad at that. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. says last name. While you were talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head up to the arena early to practice a dish. 'Cause you're smart. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Void's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish come second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders, and I wipe off spit from the screen because I'm spitting everywhere because I'm enunciating my words. Void, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes up behind you. There was no sound at all. No, I'm gonna fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. THC? Oh, no, the other one. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. The final countdown. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van with his stand and Ashley, with her really gross name, are preparing wildly elaborate dishes, per their usually over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe registered fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Someone says "Ora" in the distance. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Excuse me? Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects into the tiny itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Bastard Blaster! Huh? Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! You take steroids? Ashley scoops her pastries out off of the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out to the back door of the arena. As you frankly prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has a spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I mean, do it the hard way. Because as a wise man once said, the hard way is more satisfying, and the easy way is harder. Can you say it that way? Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Void. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Void, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. BFFE. Or, no, BFF. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Why? Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's a secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. Where in the world would she get the I knew from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids in your culinary schools really impressed me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally sewn me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monsters winding up from to tell us very long and very involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school when I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, he tosses a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Thanks, Steve. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You have a drop of culinary stool. Well, summon extra power from deep within yourself. Ask for the help of all my original characters. James Taylor, Slissiok. My character from Minecraft. My Roblox character. Even my Pop Tropica character, who didn't have a name. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Void, you are the chosen one.
Yeah, that's me.
The power you've been summoning immediately begins to back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken Popeye overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Void. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down there right now! Let me guess. Did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I used my stand. I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop was eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Click! Where'd that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. 4 students? There are 6 students in all at this school? Yes, it has been a long semester. It's been 3 days. Wow. 3 whole days long. That's a weekend. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Have you not eaten at all? Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. I would eat that. My word, it's so delicate. And that teeny tiny narutomaki as I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dong bowl dip into the bowl. I ain't breathing. Sublime. But anyone else care like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush just for dogs. Fine. I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured, even the bowl. Not that it even took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love as poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Void, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard with an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. There's spikes in it. Did you skewer one of the urchins with spines from a different color type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leads himself into the sniff at the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to have an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It's just poisoning my tongue. Disqualified. Stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would have made it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified! For glamour! This isn't the last time you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's your time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight and a light rose water syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. I'd eat that. That actually doesn't sound too bad. I like Turkish delight. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Cut a toast in your ears or something, Void? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. It did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd have to go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. Ellipses! I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she cannot be kept from her keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best. But this time without being shackled by it, but trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last time you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much taller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Wait, hold on. No. There were 5. Do you not know how to count, Sprinkles? 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. Who? Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. That completely blew me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted something so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. We all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even that Van and Ashley are drawn back in its magnetic fragrance. Yeah, I said fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Copyrighted. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Ow, ow, ow! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they're committed themselves to righting the wrongs that they did while they were villains, and Ashley looks really hot. But I didn't say that. So does Van, but I didn't say that either. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. That's what I meant. That's the wrong. What I said is the wrong tone. No ghost allowed graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, the music. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had said, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. You know she's gonna do great. The red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the party, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you won't be able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma. So we had it mailed to you directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's gene. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing of our school. Not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor such and such. Miriam? Miriam? Will you be my lady cake? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess. Or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist! It's like, what's his face, that movie director? And many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Ugh, duck. The music of the dance is interrupted by a sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? Whoa, it's like deja vu. I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Cherry blossoms and all. Howdy, classmates. Wow, it looks like Charlie. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting on the edge of the dance floor. Void, what are you doing sitting here all alone? Oh, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Lots of positive qualities and a few negative ones. Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Oh, I've been wondering if you would dance with me. Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And on my 100th once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it with you, Void. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Could you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear Void. I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. What a lovely day. Ah! Chicken!